Hi and welcome back to Slapvids NSC. I'm Pistol Pete 82 and I just thought I'd bring you this final ever video that will be Slapvids NSC. I can go into this a bit more in a bit, but firstly let's start off. Now this gameplay is of League and it starts off with Killer 191, then moves into Dark Liege and then on to Longsdale, and then it switches back to Dark Liege. Now, this league play actually started, it was actually meant to be a 4v4. Someone either lagged out or rage quit. So it ended up being these three having to compete against four doing capture the flag, which, as everyone knows, is a nightmare on its own. So it starts off a bit slow, but then obviously in the second part of it, I end up smashing it big style and doing really, really well. But obviously, let's get to the reasons why I'm having to close down the, well, not close it down or rebrand, should I say, the Slapvids. Basically, we can go into that side of it, and then we could also go into new information, obviously, that comes through the Ghost and the map pack and things like that. And also, I'd like to thank just quickly Sub Menace, so I'm Suburban Menace, on his YouTube for this nice intro again. Pity it can't last for too long, but thank you very much anyway. Yeah, so we'll firstly go into obviously the fact that the new game, as we know, is Ghosts, and it's going to be released on the 5th of November, which I think was done last night. I think they'd done a trailer last night. I've never been one for these type of trailers, the first trailer, because it's not the online multiplayer, so it never really interests me. But it's been released anyway. It looks okay. Like I say, I don't really go off it, but the information that I found out again last night, or should I say I found out this morning actually, but it was quite early this morning, was that Xbox yet again get the map pack for the Ghost game. Call of Duty Ghosts, they get all the maps a month before, so we have to suffer yet again on PlayStation. Not the best things, not happy, but to be fair, I expected that. I know a lot of people said that PlayStation had got the contract for it, blah blah blah, but it only just really, what, recently, what, a couple of months ago, or a few months ago, should I say, signed a contract that given the maps in the first place, so I found it hard that it was, but I thought I'd wait to see until it's confirmed, and now it has been confirmed, and it's definitely Xbox, so I'm not very happy about that, but moving forward, obviously, we're going to get a brand new PlayStation, which looks absolutely fantastic in a minute. Certainly it'll have a few hiccups to begin with, just like everything like that does. But I'm really looking forward to getting a PlayStation, and I must admit, the PlayStation 4 is something I will definitely be investing in. Ghosts, obviously, definitely going to be getting, even if it's a fail like this one. It's not a game that I've been interested in. I still love to go back to MW3. I absolutely love going back to that game. But hopefully they can try and correct that. Obviously, the creators, even though it's Infinity Ward and things like that, it's turned back towards the MW3 side. So hopefully they can do it their way and make it that it is like it looks similar. And obviously they need to move it on a bit, but towards the MW3 side. But moving on, why am I closing down Slapvids NSC? Or renaming it, so to speak. A number of the lads within IDMT, or squad should I say, wasn't very happy with things that was happening with NSC. A couple of us already left previously and then been asked back through Vemza, which we did. We joined, let it last a couple of months, and it just wasn't working out. I think one of the major things of that was through the chats through the smartphones, WhatsApp. A number of the players that have been in there have just recently come into that chat as youngsters, and the immaturity was just stupid. It's a bit of a joke. It was just forever arguments, and it was just a nightmare, just spamming the phone. But also it started to happen within the clan council a little bit, not as the immaturity, more of the sides that, we all loved the clan and everything, we all wanted to do, to progress the clan, but it just, a lot of arguments started to happen there as well. But also Dave wanted to do the MLG side a bit more, along with Killer, but also move the CBs forward, which was slowly happening with the CBs, but the MLGs was never happening. So they wanted to pursue this part, but knew that they would not be able to stay within NSC, you know, if they didn't do clan ops. So they was like debating on leaving anyway, before obviously we come to the final decision. So anyway, we left, and to my absolute shock and awe, Vemsa decided that it was time to close NSC down. I honestly couldn't believe it. I was absolutely gutted. Gutted obviously for NSC, gutted for the players, everyone that had worked hard in NSC. Obviously the people that have obviously played the game and got them all the champs and the goals and everything. You know, gutted for themselves. Obviously mainly the leaders that have put on a lot of work, a hell of a lot of work. Obviously there's any supporter admin that was in the clan council. You know, had put a lot of work into the badges and all the effort that NSC had brought. To have it just closed down like that must have been absolutely horrendous. I really did feel for you. I understood. I say that was something I never wished to happen, but that's what he thought. And after speaking to him, literally a day or two after it happened, because I wanted to just leave it a couple of days for him to obviously stew. Even though we are, you know, we were, you know, very good friends. Hopefully, he still classes myself as a friend. I know we still speak every now and again. Yeah, he just closed it down for the, you know, he wanted to preserve the showcase, so to speak, the clan up showcase and the, you know, the challenges, which I could kind of understand if I'm honest. I say it just made me just feel sorry for the guys that got involved. Tried to talk him around, so to speak. Obviously not push him, and he weren't having none of it. He wanted to save it, and obviously he didn't want to be passing it over to someone else. And then he knew for a fact that in doing that would lead to him having to check all the time, which is not taking the break that he needed because he didn't have the time in the first place, which is why he closed it down. So yeah, I understood. I could get the point. But recently, I'd say within the last week, I found out that NSC is now coming back. It's been giving it back to someone else within the clan. I'm not sure if, I don't think Vemsa anyway is back so soon. I think it's been passed to someone else, from what I gather. But yeah, very happy times. I'm glad NSC's back. It gives everyone else within that clan a chance to get back in. You know, get back with the lads that was there in the first place, that worked hard on everything. And hopefully, like I said, they can get most of the numbers, if not all the numbers that was there other than ourselves, involved in that. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed they do. And obviously I'd like to get them back. I hope that they get competitive within the clan ops. Maybe in the future we can do a CB, you know, once we've got ourselves up and running as well, properly. But yeah, good things. I'm glad NSC's back. Obviously, I was very gutted when it happened, but they closed it down. But now they're back up and running. Moving forward, IDMT. IDMT is obviously the clan that Brenner and myself founded, and it's just short for IDMT. Obviously for the clan tag, I don't miss twice is what the clan's called. And there's no spaces in that or anything like that. But yeah, we moved back, and like I say, a good 20% of the squad moved back with us. Like I say, we ended up getting the lads back, and we ended up, by the end of the week, we've got, if I recall, 35 members within IDMT for the weekend clan ops. And somebody, a pain in the ass, enlisted us to both MW3 and Black Ops. So I wanted to concentrate on the Saturday to just ensure that first time back doing ops, back doing IDMT, basically brought IDMT's cherry as a champion, and it did. We got champion quite easily. The founders that we have in the clan makes it quite easy for us to get champ on MW3. If I'm honest, the number we've got of them. But also because we've got enlisted onto the Black Ops one, it ended up that we got a bronze because one silly bugger decided to play it. So I wasn't impressed with that, but you know, we can't preserve it like NSC because it had already been left, and other people had obviously done that anyway. But yeah, moving on to Sundays. Obviously again we was enlisted to both, so we decided, right, we'll put a couple of teams on for MW3, and we'll put a team on for Black Ops as well. And we got champion and gold. And now I must say actually that it ended up with just like 3 people getting involved, and Liver Rings and some other person, which is just slipping out of my head, and I'm sorry to that person. Got us gold with just 3 people, so that was really well done, a really good effort for them. And we're starting doing CBs and MLGs now that we've been running since MW3, since Monday. That's it. I've had to cut it short. I hope you enjoy.